right, ladies and gentlemen, season of the Plunder is officially here, and with it comes a brand new seasonal artifact. And you already know how we do things here on the channel. For the first video of the season, we're going to be taking a look at it and which mods you should be unlocking first. The best seasonal artifact mods, if you will. But you all know the drill. If you're new and only if you enjoy the content, then feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Got a lot of videos coming this season that you're not going to want to miss. So first up, in order to get the new seasonal artifact, you're going to want to do the introduction mission to the season. After that, you'll get it. It doesn't take too long at all. Now, if you're new to Destiny 2 or you haven't played in a while, the seasonal artifact does two things. First is grant power bonus levels, which we'll be discussing in my leveling video dropping in a few days. And the second is giving you access to seasonal artifact mods. Now, back before the start of Witch Queen, you were only able to unlock 12 of the 25 artifact mods. And if you wanted to change which mod you unlocked, you'd need to reset your artifact, which was very expensive and annoying to do. But with the start of Witch Queen, all 25 mods can be unlocked at the same time. Now, even though you can unlock all the mods, the first 10 to 12 don't really take too much XP, but after that, the XP needed increases drastically. So it is important to unlock the best mods first. Okay, so now getting into the artifact mods. There are a total of 5 columns, but I like to separate them out as follows. Column 1 is all champion mods. Columns 2 and 3 are weapon, like scav, loader, targeting, etc. mods, excluding the combo, arc plus solar resist. Column 4 is more champ mods with a few off ones here and there. And column 5 is normally your OP section. Not every mod is OP, but at least a few are, and the rest are still A tier normally. So starting us out in column 1, from top to bottom, we have Overload Bow, Unstoppable Pulse Rifles, Anti-Barrier Scout Rifles, Anti-Barrier Auto Rifles, and Unstoppable Shotguns. In my opinion, you should just take all of them. All of these are long-range weapons, excluding shotgun and maybe auto rifle, thus will be good in high-level content. Though the ones I would take first are Overload Bows, because Overload Bow is amazing due to the draw time lining up with how long it takes for Overload to activate and it being long range. Unstop Pulse is next. Once again, it's long range and it's good. And then finally, Anti-Barrier Scout, because long range. Taking these 3 right off the bat covers all your champs, our primaries, and you already know what I'm about to say, long range weapons. I do, however, think Unstop Shotty has potential for specific content, and Auto Rifle Barrier if you like and use autos a lot. Next up, columns 2 and 3, where you have from top to bottom, left to right, Scout Rifle Loader, Sword Scav, Machine Gun Holster, Scout and Sniper Targeting, Bottomless Bounty 1, Glaive Loader, Focusing Strike, Combo Arc plus Solar Resist, Machine Gun Scav, and Bottomless Bounty 2. Now, your picks here are going to be very dependent on what you use and whether you play PvE or PvP. For example, you're not going to take Sword Ammo Finder if you play PvP because it wouldn't do anything. And on the flip side, you wouldn't take Scout and Sniper Targeting for PvE because, well, it would be a waste. So if you use a weapon that the mod affects and it makes sense for what game type you're playing, then take it. My only real recommendation is Combo Arc plus Solar Resist for all my PvE players out there. Throw this on a Void chest piece and you'll have room to also use Void Resist, which will make you resistant to all elements. Very good S tier mod. Make sure you pick it up. Also, don't forget about the origin perk mods. If you use a weapon that the mod affects and you like how it improves said origin perk, then you can pick it up. You also might be wondering, if you're new to Destiny, why you would take some of these mods when they already exist in the game, i.e. Sword Ammo Scav. Like, we already have a Sword Ammo Scav and now there's another one. And well, that's because the artifact version 1 costs less energy to equip, so you can run more or other mods with it. Just thought I'd mention that in case anyone was curious. Now for column 4, where you have Overload LMG, Anti-Barrier Snipers, Bad Amplitude, Surge Detonators, and Inferno Whip. Now I'm gonna be honest, the only 2 I can 100% recommend is Anti-Barrier Snipers, as we've had that before and it was extremely OP with something like Izzy's, and Surge Detonators as it's Overload Arc Nades, and with Arc 3.0 being here, well, you can kind of see what I'm getting at. Everything else in this column is kind of meh. You can take it if you want it. And finally, column 5, where you have Thunderous Retort. I think I'm saying this right. Retort. Hype Train Conductor, Trace Evidence, Lightning Strikes Twice, and Sundering Glare. Right off the bat, Thunderous Retort. pretty sure I'm saying that right, I believe is going to be amazing. Increased super damage if cast while you're critically wounded, or amplified. Amplified being the big one. If you don't know, all arc subclasses have the ability to become amplified by just rapidly defeating targets with arc damage. No aspect or fragment required. So you kill a few enemies with your arc weapon or arc abilities, and then you can pop your super for some extra damage. Pretty good in my books. The next mod in this column that is an absolute must, it might even be a bigger must than the previous mod we just talked about, is Sundering Glare. We've had this mod before and it was S-Class. It was our damage debuff mod that season. Rapidly critting an enemy when over 20 meters away applies a 20%, I believe it's 20%, damage debuff. Very good on bosses, especially raid bosses where you're normally doing damage from like 20 meters out. Now, the only other mod in this column that I think might be a must-have is going to be Lightning Strikes Twice, which is going to grant increased grenade recharge after throwing your grenade. Arc Final Blows will extend the increased recharge rate. I can see this being very good with arc builds that focus around using your grenades. The other two mods in this column, Hype Train Conductor and Trace Evidence, may be good for certain builds or playstyles, but I definitely don't see them being Omega OP like Sundering Glare or something else. You can take those after you've gotten all your other really good mods. But that is your first look at the new seasonal artifact for season 18/season of the Plunder. Now, like I say with all of these videos, if a mod that I didn't mention ends up being super broken, I'll make a pinned comment below. But so far, out of all these artifact videos I've made, I've never had to do that, but hey, maybe this is the one. We've seen most of these mods before, so being able to tell you which ones are good day one of the season launching isn't really too hard. We also have the new raid dropping on Friday, so having the best mods are going to be essential if you're going for that day one emblem. Let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts on this season's artifact mods are. Some seasons have better mods than others, and for me, this season gets a solid 8 out of 10 on the myfi score. We have good chant mods, elemental resist, and a debuff mod. All around, it looks pretty good to me. But with all that being said, the rest of the video is going to be that introduction mission that I mentioned earlier that actually gets you the artifact mod, and I'm using Risk Runner with the new Arc 3.0, and honestly, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.